Uh-oh, let me take mute my button. Yeah.
My phone. Okay, I'll give it a few more minutes, get a few people in more, and then we're rolling in. I don't know if any of you have ever used your camera, but today you're going to learn about all the various features that you could use your camera for on the iPad. And I don't own a camera. This is my camera.
Yeah.
The iPad is my camera. Of course, on my phone, I use them both. But the iPad takes such beautiful pictures that the set that I took last summer on it, I actually blew it up into posters.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Yeah, they were that gorgeous.
Teresa, do we have to have a printer? I mean, I use my camera. How can I print them out from my iPad?
If you have, well, you would have to set your iPad up to Bluetooth. And do you have a Bluetooth printer?
No, I don't.
Okay, so then you would need to be connected, which means you would have to need the accessories that connects your iPad to your printer. If you had a Bluetooth printer, then that would have made life a lot easier. It's just a matter of getting it. It's called more like a wireless printer, and it sees where your iPad is, and you can print to it.
Are they very expensive?
No, they're getting cheaper every day. Every day. The one that I have at home, it costs $100, and it's a laser too. 100 plus 125 laser printer, blue wireless, and I can print from any part of my house as long as you're seeing my device. Yeah, it's not that expensive.
So it's not going to be on Instagram. I thought the topic today is Instagram.
Right, that was sent to you by error. If you looked at today's email, you'll see that it's talking about camera. That was my fault, sent to you all in error. We did do a couple sessions in Instagram before. Isaiah did. Do you need more on Instagram?
Oh, my music.
So as you can see, your iPad camera, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So 3 more minutes and then we'll begin with that and see what, it's phenomenal what your iPad camera can do for you.
It really takes nice pictures.
Gorgeous pictures, gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah. Gorgeous pictures.
Yeah.
And then if you want it printed up, you can always email the link to your nearest Staples, which is what I did. And I made posters out of some of the ones that I took.
So you said today we're going to discuss what we can do with our camera.
Yes, yes. Video can make YouTube videos out of it and post it on YouTube. And I'm not showing you how to post it on YouTube. I'm showing you how to do it. That would be another session. Posting to YouTube. I don't like to overwhelm you all with too much information at one time. So.
Right.
Yeah. It can be a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Even the terms that are going to be used here, I'm going to have to like simplify them, break them down to you so that you get an understanding of what I'm saying.
Yes, I'm in the special ed class.
Well, we're all there. We're all in special ed class. Even I am.
ABC.
Yeah.
ABC.
Yep, we're all in special ed
In the
And I have another birthday coming up this month in March.
You do? When is
Yeah.
your birthday? Rosalind, right?
Yes, March the 21st.
Rosalind, March the 21st. Wow.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
Thank
to
you.
you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Mine's March 11th.
Cynthia
Okay.
Nyler.
March 11th.
Okay. Nyler, March 11th. We have to have a birthday club now.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Oh, March.
We celebrate the birthdays of one, the whole month on
Yeah.
that day, and
Yes.
probably give out some Walmart $10
Yeah.
gift cards.
Yeah.
Teresa, good
Yes.
morning.
Good
You
morning,
know, it's
Juliet.
funny, I've been thinking about that just this morning to send you an email to acknowledge birthdays at the end, when we do our Tuesday travel.
Yes.
If you could just acknowledge people's birthday for that month. And
What?
you know what happened? The spirit is wonderful because it put it on everybody's heart. And it actually
Yes.
told me was to send you an email, and I'm here doing this and that. But I'm happy that somebody brought it to the table.
And
Thank you.
I appreciate who did so too. I think it's Rosalind started it, talking
Yes.
about her birthday. So we're gonna find out whose birthday is each month, and then, celebrate that birthday
Okay.
each month.
That-
So
that's
do
a
we
nice-
have any February birthdays? Because we're wrapping up February. Do we have any February birthdays?
Miss Teresa,
Yes.
you remember Renee Fontroy?
Yes, I remember Renee.
Today her birthday too.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I
So
wonder
I'm
if
gonna have
she's
to let her
gonna.
know y'all was born on the same day.
Renee. Okay.
And some people had that birthday February 22nd, 22. 2222.
222. Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
I heard on the news that a lot of people got married on that day too.
I wonder what that's supposed to mean.
Yeah, we on the news, there's so many couples that got married. I forgot where they said it was at, but they got married. About 5 or 6 couples got married on that day.
Good
Right.
luck.
Okay, so
Look,
we're gonna look now at the lens of the actual iPad, the display of it. I noticed there that there's some technical terms that you're not familiar with, but the retina display is really referring to the eye, what the eye is seeing.
Retina.
Retina, right.
Retina eye,
So you
yeah.
have a 10.2 inch, that's the size of your diagonal size of the actual display, meaning from one corner to the top to the next corner down below on a slant. And if pixels mean anything to you, it shouldn't, if you don't mean anything, you don't. But for those who are into pixels, you have what is known as a 2160 by 16 by 30 pixel resolution, meaning the higher the pixel, the better the resolution is per an inch, PPI. That's what that's saying. 500 nits of brightness, meaning the glare, how strong and powerful the brightness is. Fingerprint resistance, meaning you touch it and it feels that touch. And of course, all Apple and it's supported by the Apple Pencil. I don't know if anybody owns an Apple Pencil here, but all right. So, okay. So in your iPad, you have what is known as a A13 Bionic chip with a 64-bit architecture. And what that's basically saying, 64-bit is what is now being designed. So your iPad is still one of the latest architecture that's being designed, 64-bit architecture. That's what that means. And now we're going to talk about the different parts of that iPad. I don't know if some of you may not be familiar with your iPads, but let's start with the top left-hand corner where it says, look at the stereo speakers. That's where they are. I'd admit some more folks. stereo speakers. See that red arrow that I have pointing there? So you're looking at your iPad on a horizontal plane, whereas your home button is to the side of your face. The side, not the bottom, but the side, looking this way. So your home, as you, everybody knows their home button. And then your lighting, so then let's go across now. Your microphone is on the other side of your home button at the very top. So if your home button is to your left side, your speaker where you were plugging a headphone jack is right there. I'm holding it up where my fingers are. That's your way you plug in if you wanted to use a headphone. I do that when I'm traveling. If I'm using my iPad while I'm traveling, I plug it in here. Okay, then coming down to the bottom of that, you have look at the bottom part of we have what is known as the, looking at it this way, notice to the left is where your chip is. You would open that if you were flipping out the reason you would want to go there is if you're changing for some reason, you don't want to use an AT&T SIM card and you want to go with Verizon. Well, then Verizon will give you a SIM card and you put it in there, but you don't need to go there because your internet, your broadband access is being paid by DACO. Okay. So you don't have to worry about that. To the other side though, as you can see, let me move my thing up so you can see, I'm still looking at it. To the right side, there are two buttons there, volume up and down. I don't know if you know how to turn your volume up and down on your iPad, but each one of them, one is for up, the other one is for down. Okay. So that's what this slide is saying. Let's go to the next slide. All right. So the size of your iPad, as you can see here in this image, is an 9.8 inches on the vertical side. If you're holding it up, this part here is 9.8 inches. Going across is 6.8 inches. And the thinness of it is 0.29 of an inch or 7.5 millimeters. How much does your iPad weigh? 1 pound, 1.07 pounds or 487 milligrams. That's what your iPad weighs. All right, so now we're going to actually look at the camera and what it can do for you. So the iPad 7 features, which is what you have, has what is known as an 8 megapixel rearing facing, and don't get caught up with these words, camera with what is known as an f 2.4 aperture and 1.2 megapixel front facing FaceTime camera. Just saying what type of camera you have here. So don't get caught up. So what can you use this camera for? You can use it to support video conferencing via your application like Apple's own FaceTime, which we're going to learn about today, Skype, if you have a Skype account, and other apps. That's what you'll be using it for. You can also access your camera. Now you don't, let's say you keep your iPad locked for whatever reason, you don't have to unlock it to use your camera. You can actually access your camera without having to unlock your iPad. And I'm assuming most of you do not have your iPad locked.
True.
Okay, you can use it for video calling, FaceTime video. And I don't know, how many of you are using your FaceTime at this moment?
I use the FaceTime, but I've never done a video with it, Teresa.
Yeah, start using it. Start enjoying it. Okay.
Yeah, I like to, my grandson has twins and I like to follow their growth, you know.
Right.
And so I try to FaceTime them, but when you say video, that means they're just moving around?
Yes, yes. You're actually seeing them in action at that live, in that action, at that moment.
Okay,
Right. So if let's say your FaceTime wasn't turned on and you would need to go to settings to turn it on. I don't know if your FaceTime is turned on, but in the event that you decide to use FaceTime one day and you notice it's not not giving you a video, then settings is where it needs to be turned on in. I don't know when you got your iPad if it was actually configured to be turned on. But in the event it isn't, you can go to settings or call the help desk and we'll help you have it turned on. Okay. All right. To make a FaceTime call, you'll need the person's phone number or registered email address. And keep in mind, this is only Apple to Apple products. Okay. FaceTime is an Apple app. So you can FaceTime anybody, and in fact, any of you can FaceTime each other. I can FaceTime you, or if you have kids or grandkids and they have an iPhone or iPad, you can FaceTime them. Okay.
Is that phone number? Is that the phone
me?
number? Is that the phone number that's on the box of the iPad?
On the box? Oh no, no. The phone number to the iPad is actually your phone number that is in. I don't want to get into that technical part. Let me stay away from that for now.
Okay,
We can talk. I don't want to confuse you all on this one. Yes, there is a phone number there that's associated with it, but at this point, I don't want to go there.
Okay.
So it's actually telling you to make a FaceTime call, you need the person's phone number or registered email address. And there are a few ways to make a FaceTime call. You can go to the FaceTime app, you can tap on the new FaceTime and type in the person's phone number or email address. Okay. And that's, you could see how it's done. If you have the person's phone number or email address saved in your contacts, you can just basically start typing it in there, but it must be in your contacts, must be. You don't need to enter it if you have it in your contacts.
That this does not have something listed.
All right, so we've got somebody with a TV going. If I have to mute you all if we can't keep the TV down. Okay, so, all right. So again, you can either use the FaceTime app or you can say, hey Siri, FaceTime, and you give that FaceTime name, but that person must be in your contact in order to use this method. Hey Siri, FaceTime Teresa, meaning you must have my phone number already in your contact list to do that. Okay. Second, it started. I said that and Siri started asking me who would I like to FaceTime. So I'll have to let her know that I'm just testing. So she responded, click an open FaceTime app at the top of the screen and again, enter the person's name and address. You can start a FaceTime call when you're ready to, you can actually share your screen in FaceTime and we'll look at that. Share the content, like if you have images on your iPad and you want to share them with someone, you're talking with them, you can actually go to where those images are and show them. So again, any of these things, I don't want you to be stressed about trying to remember it. I'm just basically explaining to you what your camera can do for you. And if you need help to set up whatever, call the help desk. We'll help you do that.
Answer a FaceTime.
Okay. You can answer a FaceTime audio call with call waiting. You're on FaceTime and another call is coming in, you can take that call. Okay. You can end and accept the current call, or you can hold and accept the incoming call and put the current call on hold, or you can decline it. All right, you can share your screen. Again, you have images in your library, photo library, gallery that is, and you want to share it with me, you can simply share your screen like we do, like I'm sharing my screen right now in Zoom. You can also do that in FaceTime. Oh, by the way, I wanted to show you what your FaceTime app looks like. Let's go back. In case if you've never used it, I want you to, that's your FaceTime app. That's the icon right there. It should be on everybody's iPad.
Yeah.
Okay. Sharing, you can share images, share screen. How do you share your screen on FaceTime? On an iPhone or an iPad? Some of you may have iPhones as well. Well, here are the instructions. Again, don't try to memorize it. If you need help, call us and we will assist you with that. All right, you can FaceTime on an iPad without a phone number. Interesting. As again, that email address must be in your contact list. Okay, I'm pointing it there. You can go into settings in FaceTime and it will, notice why I have the arrow, use your Apple ID for FaceTime. All you need is Wi-Fi, which you have, or broadband, which you have. You don't need to know the person's phone number to make the call, as FaceTime can use an email address instead, so long as the recipient has the feature turned on. Now, let's say you're FaceTiming me and my features via email and it isn't turned on, you will not be able to FaceTime me. So you need to contact that person and say, hey, put your FaceTime feature on. I'll be FaceTiming you. Okay, does FaceTime cost money? Absolutely no. Of course, through broadband, it's all covered. And for those of you who have friends and family overseas, you can FaceTime them in whatever country as long as they have an Apple device. Okay. Yep, free call. I do it. I do to the UK sometimes. You can FaceTime others in other countries. I think there's only one country you're not allowed to do that in that I'm fully aware of is China. China will not allow you to do that.
Okay.
Okay, let me see why. All right, it FaceTime or the iPad does not, if you notice there, you can do FaceTime audio. You don't have to have your camera on. Okay, as long as it says there, the iPad to any FaceTime enabled device over Wi-Fi or cellular. No, you cannot make an audio call, a regular audio call, or a non-FaceTime. I remember getting calls like that from seniors saying, oh, can I make a phone call to my whomever? And I said, well, do they have FaceTime? No, they don't. Well, you just can't.
Can't do it. Okay.
Yeah, just can't. So keep that in mind. Don't expect it to. All right, speakers. So if you want, look at your iPad and look at the back of it where I'm showing that image. You see that's your speaker there. It's right. If you could see it, I'm pointing to it right now with my finger, with my iPad. That's the speaker of the iPad. But notice it says here, it's a little disappointed because the seventh generation, which is the iPad that you have, are still integrated into the tablet's shorter edge, meaning this is your shorter edge right here of your iPad. As it means that when you're watching a video in landscape mode, and this is landscape mode, this is how I'm using mine, this is landscape mode, the sound is emitted from just one side. It is also easy to block one of the this speaker with your hand. So if you were to put your hands over that speaker, you wouldn't be, the person wouldn't be hearing you. So it just happens to be the 7th generation. I'm sure they've corrected it in the more updated ones. All right. Now let's look at the photos that you can take. Take photos with your iPad camera. Learn how to take great photos with the camera. That's your icon. iPad, choose from the camera modes such as photo, pano, square, and various functionalities that do exist within the camera features. I am not getting into that because I don't want to overwhelm you, but if you care to really learn how to use the various features on your iPad, I would suggest you call the help desk and we will assist you or that, or come in on a Monday or Friday to one of our library sessions and we will give you a very good lesson on it, okay? You can also use Siri to open up your camera. I'm not going to say it because I don't want her to open up right now. You could say something like, open up, Siri, open up my camera, and it will do so. All right. So to take a photo, it is what is known as standard mode. As you can see, all you need to do is open up your camera and you can wipe the mode select up or down to choose a different mode. For example, such as a video, using the camera, pano, time lapse. What does time lapse mean? You want to set it up where you can give yourself like what, 30 seconds or whatever to get yourself prepared for that image, especially if you're doing a selfie. You want to do that. You can do it in slow motion, and portrait meaning holding up in this direction rather than this direction. This is landscape, this is portrait. And simply the first one is tap on the camera icon on your home screen or swipe to the left and unlock the screen to open the camera in photo mode. 2, tap the shooter button or press either the volume button to take the photo. I'll show you what the shooter button is in a little while. And to turn the flash on or off. And as you can see here, this little icon I have here, that's like a lightning bolt, that is your flash. You can turn it on or off. You can set a timer, stabilize your iPad, and frame your shot. Give it like 3 seconds or 10 seconds as to how soon do you want to take that image? Do I want to take it in 3 seconds or do I want to take it in 10 seconds? All right, you can zoom in or out. You can make close-up shots or far distance shots. Okay, depending on the model, and your model does include this, you can tap on the left side of the screen and drag the slider. Again, do not try to remember these instructions. They're just there in the event that you want to call the help desk and we will get you set up to understand and utilize your camera. You can take what is known as a panorama photo wide, because you see right now the image that is that is what a panorama photo is like. Okay, you would use what? The pano mode. Pano is short for panorama. Then tap the shooter button. The shooter button is that white button there. Do you see that white button that's on there? That's your shooter button. Okay. And it pan slowly in the direction of the arrow, keeping it on the center line. To finish, tap the shooter button again. Okay. You could take a selfie. Now that's a cute selfie. Isn't that a cute selfie? Right. I don't know how many of you are into selfies, but a lot of people these days are into selfies, you know? Okay, so you can take it to selfies. Now you can take a selfie portrait style, meaning portrait again, meaning this way. As like he's holding his iPad, that is portrait style. You can choose the portrait mode. The camera is now active. Frame yourself in the yellow portrait box. Tap the shooter button to take the shot. Okay, You can do what is called studio quality lighting effects. Yes, you can do that. Of course, it will require some practicing and help from the help desk to do so. Choose portrait mode and then frame your selfie. You can drag and choose your lighting effect, whether you want natural light, where the face is sharp, focused against a blurred background, a studio light. The face is brightly lit and the photo has an overall clean look. The contour light that has dramatic shadows with highlights and low lights. The stage light, the face is where the face is spotlit against a deep black background. And then we can have a stage light mono. Okay. All these things you can do with your iPad camera. You can adjust the depth control in a portrait mode. And here's what you can tap any photo taken in portrait mode to view it in its full screen. It's amazing, but it does it beautifully. And these are the steps you take to do so. You can edit photos after you've taken them and videos as well. And here are the instructions on how to do so. Again, if you need help, call the help desk and we will show you how to do so. All right, if you want to be real self-sufficient, don't need to call the help desk. You can always go into the camera settings on your iPad and play around with it. Get to know how to configure your settings. Tap on the screen to reveal the automatic focus area and exposure setting. Tap where you want to move the focus area and so forth. All right, you can use a grid to straighten your shots. Notice I've given you an image here. Those lines that are going vertical and horizontal, that is known as a grid. To display a grid on the camera screen, you can help choose and straighten your and compose your shot. You can go to settings and turn them on. After you take a photo, you can use the editing tools in the photo app to further align the shots and adjust horizontal and vertical perspective. Let's let somebody in. All right, so you can adjust the shooter volume. Okay, remember when I said what the shooter was? A little circle, white dot. You can adjust the volume of the camera shooter sound using the volume button on the side of your iPad. Yes, you can. Those same volume buttons that on the side of your, you can use that to adjust the volume. Or when the camera is open, you can swipe down from the top right corner of the screen to open the control center and then drag. You can mute the shooter sound using the volume buttons. That's if you want to take a silent, you don't want any talking going on. If your iPad has one, okay.
Turn on.
Yeah. All right. So where is the shooter button? See that white dot there? Big circle? That's your shooter button. See those lines that are going? That's your grid. That's on. Okay. All right. You can mirror the front camera. All right, to take a mirror selfie that captures the shot as you see it in the camera frame, you can go to settings, go to camera, and then turn on mirror front camera. Not an available setting. By the way, this is what your icon looks like on your camera. All right, okay, here's some part for those of you who want a little bit more to be technologically savvy. You can take videos with your iPad camera. And they take very good videos. And then you can use it to record videos on your iPad, change the mode to take slow motions and time-lapse video. iPad has a tremendous amount of potential for shooting professional quality video, even in the hands of an amateur or inexperienced filmmaker. They're talking about us here. Yeah. You can make good videos and you can get them uploaded onto YouTube if you want to share them. This camera, especially the video portion of it, most video techniques through shooting videos with the iPad, you can get professional results. Okay, no matter how powerful it might be, anyway, you need to properly record your video with an iPad that requires that of the filmmaker that knows a few fundamentals about shooting videos with a mobile device. Okay, so you need to keep the camera horizontal and steady, get close to the subject as possible that you're taking a video of, have the right lighting background, and capture clean audio. And it's probably more important than the quality. So they're saying the audio is more important than the quality of the video. So make sure that you focus on that also. You can, so here are the steps if you want to record. And for those of you who are techie or want to be techie, they're saying by default, the video records at 30 frames per second, depending on the model that you have. And again, you can go to settings, go to camera, and then record video. You can turn it on. Note for your security, a green dot appears at the top of the screen when the camera is in use. Okay. So in video mode, you can use the quick toggle at the top of the screen to change the video resolution and frame rates available on your iPad. And there are the steps to display the quick toggle. Go to settings and camera, record a video, and then video format control. You can actually record it in slow motion. When you record a video in slow motion mode, your video records as normal, and you see the slow motion effect when you play back. You can also edit your video so that the slow motion action starts and stops at a specific time. So here are the steps on how it's done. Don't try to memorize it. Call us if you want to learn how to set it up in slow motion mode. You know what is called capture a time-lapse video. All right, so you're getting ready to do a video, but you're not quite prepared. So you want to set up your timer so they give it like 10 seconds to start actual videotaping. Within 10 seconds, you can do so. You can set your iPad where you want to capture a sunset, traffic flowing, or other experience over a period of time. You just need to tap the record button, start recording it, tap again to stop recording. There you can see from the image that that square is saying that you're actually recording when it's square. All right, so we've reached to the end of, if you want to learn more about your iPad camera, what do? 202-800, call the help desk to get more on. We're available for that, as you know, from 9 until 4, Monday through Friday. And Isaiah and myself are always willing to get you trained on that. Okay, I'm now open for questions on this. Any of you want to go practice now with your, if you haven't already started using your iPad camera, feel free to do so, experiment with it. You can't break it, okay? And even if it goes out of control, call us, we'll help you.
How do you print your pictures?
Okay, again, if you have a wireless printer, well then, you can set up it to where your iPad is Bluetooth into your wireless printer and sees it. But if you don't have a wireless printer, then you're going to need accessories to hook it up to, and this is going to cost you money to get those accessories. Or you can put them in a folder and email them like I do to your nearest Staples, which is what I do. I email them to my Staples, and I choose the size of the images I want, and then I pay. And the cost is minimal. For example, recently did a poster, a 20 by huge poster, and I paid Yeah, I took an image, blew it up into a poster, and it cost me $20-something. Yeah. No need to go call in the photographer and have them paying hundreds of dollars, or go to JC's Penney's to take these images. You can do the same with your iPad camera and send them off to Staples.
Hear that? You hear that?
Yeah, I kind of figured that, huh?
Yeah.
It was an accessory.
Yeah. I'm going to end the screening, and then I'm going to start to see hands are already up. So let me end my screen sharing and start addressing the hands that are up. I see we have Vanessa. Vanessa, go ahead and unmute and ask your question, Vanessa. So your
No,
hands
you
are up.
you answered my question about printing out your pictures.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Cynthia. Oh, no, Carla. Carla, go ahead and ask your question.
I was just going to add that I took a postcard of my grandson's graduation announcement, and I had that blown up. I took a picture of it with the iPad, and then I had that blown up.
Awesome. Isn't it neat that you could do that? You don't have to go and spend money anymore. You've got a beautiful device.
Yeah.
Beautiful device that can do so many awesome things.
Yeah. And so I've been experimenting with it, but some things I don't know. Like, I don't know how I end up going from photo to where it's like moving at the same time. You know, it's like it's like a photo video clip.
Yes.
I did not do intentionally, but it doesn't really matter. You know, I'm not, I'm just taking pictures of family members and stuff, but it's interesting. Yeah.
Yes, I use it.
Yeah.
I use it quite a bit. All right. I'm going to lower your hands now. I don't see any hands up. Go ahead, ask questions. Yeah, I can. There are 3 ways that you can get help in using your camera. Is that you can either make an appointment on a Friday to meet with Isaiah one-on-one at whatever library he's at that Friday. You can come to a group session, and this PowerPoint will be available for Isaiah to use as a group session at a library. Or you can call us and we can do it virtually and begin enjoying, taking advantage of that device that you have.
Teresa, the screen is dark. Are you showing anything?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I stopped sharing my screen. I stopped sharing my screen.
No worries. So this is what happens with the 9 items.
Oh, okay. Now that's better.
Yes. Okay. Any other questions on your camera?
Can you share your pictures to Zoom?
Yes, you can. You can.
It's my hope to get them for you, but sometimes they just
you can share your pictures. Yes. Somebody sent in. Somebody sent in a text saying you can use the CVS or Walgreens as well as Staples, and sometimes you can check or wait for sales. Someone sent that in. Just shop around for the best prices.
A lot of what was happening was people were buying it on Amazon, and then
okay.
So they won't allow.
Okay. Can we get the person with the TV either mute or turn your TV down?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay. Somebody's sharing. Who's sharing?
That's Yvonne.
Hi, Yvonne. Thanks for sharing.
That's my garden. That's my garden.
That's your garden. I love it.
My lettuce and my tomatoes. Yeah.
Lettuce and tomatoes grown right in the comfort of your home.
Yes.
They look good.
Right.
I just wanted to say thank you, Teresa. I consider myself quite a photographer in my mind, but I learned some new things today. And so I want to thank you for those little caveats. I've been taking notes, usually photo shooting some of the
slides,
images, slides that you put up. So thank you very much. I learned some new things today.
I
Well,
did
thank
too.
you, Deborah. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you very much. Yep. I do take pleasure in getting this information and preparing it well for you all and try to simplify it best I can to get you really understanding. So any more questions or concerns?
You mentioned that you paid a price for a large image.
Yeah,
oh, I'm sorry, I missed the amount. What was the range of the cost?
I think I paid like $23, $24, and that's tax included.
For what
size?
size?
Staple. It was a 20 by 18.
Oh, wonderful. That's
yeah, it was a
good price.
huge thing, and I put it in a big frame, and it looks like a professional. And all I did was captured it with the iPad. That was all I did. And I'm not professional at taking images. I just clicked that home button and got in the camera, and bang, you should see this. It's really nice poster.
Okay.
I just noticed when I put this up that in the edit feature, when you have your picture up, it has a whiteboard spotlight. It has all these features that you can use to change the picture. It's really quite fantastic. Now, I don't know how to get it down so that you guys don't see my picture.
I see a hands up. Can you go ahead?
Good evening. I know this not the topic that you're on, but I got a few pictures there. I'm trying to put my pictures in where I can put my background on the Zoom platform.
Oh, so you want to put in a background filter on your Zoom?
No, I know how to put the background filter in, but I just don't have enough pictures. I'm trying to figure out how to get all the pictures.
Oh, we can help. We can help you with that. Just call the help desk. I did show that a while back. I did show that. Maybe you missed that meeting. I
know how to do it, but I just don't have enough pictures, and I don't see I get enough pictures in it.
Yeah.
I got a few pictures in there where I can put them on the Zoom platform. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any more information you'd like to share with the others? Anybody wants to share any of their photo experiences? Go ahead and share.
I just wanted to reiterate what I had said earlier about blowing up something, because the postcard that I had blown up was blown up to banner size. So I was able to put it across my front porch when we were celebrating my grandson's graduation. And that was just that was just a picture of a 4x6 picture, basically.
Oh, wow. And who did that? Was that Staples? Who did that?
That was Walgreens.
Walgreens did that. Wow. Very cost effective way of getting a banner.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Absolutely. Very. And much cheaper than going through somebody who does events.
Yeah.
Right. Teresa.
Yes,
Teresa,
Georgia.
You say you can take pictures on FaceTime and YouTube.
You can share pictures while you're on FaceTime. Share.
Oh, you can share them on FaceTime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the images that are in your gallery on your iPad. You can actually, when you're doing a FaceTime, you can go to your gallery and share those pictures with the person you're communicating with.
Oh, okay. Thank
you can also do a screenshot if you're trying to capture somebody that you're talking to. You can push the buttons, and Teresa can explain. You can do a screenshot of you and someone that you want to take a photograph of while you're on the app.
Right. Yep, I can do that. I think I'll do another session on screenshots and voice memos and get you all familiar how to record your voice. Like you want to record something. Let's say you're on your actual mobile device and you want to record your conversation with the person. You can use your iPad as what is known as voice memo to record the conversation that's going on.
Okay,
that would be nice.
That
raises another question, Teresa. Let's say I'm taking an exercise class on Zoom. Can I do that without being disruptive? Can I record, make a video of that class?
That's tricky. That's tricky because if you're using the iPad on Zoom, the camera is already in use.
Okay. All right.
And there's going to be a conflict. And
Okay, got it.
you weren't around, but last year at some point I was trying to use the iPad and show them how to use Zoom and on the iPad, and we had severe difficulty. And then I
Okay.
thought about it only has
Oh,
one
can't use
camera.
it.
It can't be
Okay.
doing two things at the same
Okay.
time.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
righty. Thank you.
Mhm.
Very good question, though, because I learned the hard way. That's an excellent question.
Plus privacy.
All right, so tomorrow you have vets group, and they're going to be talking about the symptoms of Alzheimer's, and something I think all of us
Yes.
are going to be either concerned about
Yeah.
at some point, whether it's for us or for our loved ones, and it's happening to the best of us.
Yes.
So they're going to be talking about that tomorrow. And then on Friday, we have PEPCO coming on board to talk about what they can do for seniors, or what they're doing for seniors as far as your bills.
Okay.
So those are the two next. I hope my numbers will be just as high on those 2 days. We did make it high in the 40s today. So it shows that you very good participation. It shows that my hard work is paying off.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
Hello,
you.
Sid, thank you.
always.
We haven't said thank you.
Okay.
Let's say thank you now. Thank you, Teresa. You
You're
and I
more
say
than
hello.
welcome.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Yes.
always have things that we can use in our everyday life.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that's the goal.
That's
Right.
the key.
Yeah. And
Ditto.
I don't know if I've ever shared this before. I was even invited to do this training part for this program. I was saying when I retired, I'm going to become an advocate for seniors. That has always been my passion, to become an advocate for seniors. But then this job ended up in my hands. Like, oh,
But you're being an advocate in this job.
yes, in
working
the
with
tech
us,
field.
and we're learning a lot from you also.
Yes.
Well, thank you. Yes.
Education is part of advocacy.
Yes.
Yes.
And power. And power. Knowledge is power.
Right. I also will have someone, I spoke with someone yesterday who's coming in from Howard, who's a dentist, and she's going to talk about the oral aspects of our, how to take care of our teeth, all those things.
When is she coming?
We don't have a date yet. We
okay.
just talked yesterday,
Yeah.
and she's going to think about doing a presentation for us, talking about that. I don't know how many of you know that Howard does have a program for seniors to help with their dentures. She's probably going to bring that to light.
Yes,
you don't at a very minimal cost.
Yeah.
They always had a clinic, a dental clinic, because they have dental students.
Yeah.
I think that's the only dental school that still exists. I think Georgetown and GW no longer has one.
Yeah, we've been going to
is
them. We've been going to them since we were kids. And the other good thing is there's so many new breakthroughs with dental care. And I'm sure she'll be able to share some of those breakthroughs, like certain kinds of prescriptive mouthwashes that strengthen the gums and blah, blah, blah. So that's very informative.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to bringing her on board.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Teresa,
yes.
I have one more question. When you're taking a picture, what is the square? What does that do where it says square?
Those are square. You mean like frames?
Yeah, when you go to photo, it says.
I'm going there now on my iPad so I can kind of get an idea of what you're talking about.
Yeah,
So,
I'm looking.
I'm in my iPad. I'm in the camera.
That yellow square comes up. Does that mean that's your focus? Where you're?
Yes, that is your focus. That's where you want to center whatever it is that you're taking an image of within that yellow square.
Okay, and then along on the right-hand side, my iPad has the word square written there.
Yep. So you can move it. You can move that square around. It doesn't have to be. You can manipulate it where you want it to be.
Okay, and the arrows, they have circular arrows on the right.
That's to flip your lens. So if you're looking at the screen, when you hit that one, it'll give you the opposite direction.
Very good, Deborah. Very good.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
Okay, and
Okay.
and then up at the top, it has a circle with a line going through it, and then it says HDR.
High definition.
Oh, high definition.
That's what that means. High definition.
And what does that
Resolu-
top one mean? It looks like has a line going through a circle
Circle, circle, circle.
up at the very top on the right-hand side of my iPad.
That's the timer you mentioned, Teresa. That's the timer.
The timer. Okay. Yes, that's the time. It looks like a clock, almost like a clock.
It does.
Yeah.
And HDR, what is that under HDR?
High definition resolution, meaning it's going into high definition.
Yeah, I know, but there's a circle underneath. I don't know what
that circle underneath there is your timer.
Is your timer.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. And to the left of that, on the other side of the screen, you can zoom in and zoom out. You can use your finger to go in or out.
You move that circle up or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. That brings us to the end of today's. And
thank you, Teresa.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
look
Teresa.
forward
Everybody
to-
have a great rest of your day and very
Thank you,
informative.
Teresa.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All have
Go
a
out and
blessed
enjoy
day.
this beautiful day.
Okay.
Bye.
God bless
Yeah.
all of you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Tomorrow's class on. What is tomorrow's class on, Teresa? Do you
It's on Alzheimer's, symptoms of
Okay.
Alzheimer's. There's a special speaker who is a professional talking about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
See y'all tomorrow.
Okay then.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Have a
Bye.
blessing.
Thank you.